balance. Balance of a proper tomahawk is where the middle third of the entire length of the hawk meets the final third. The reason for this become evident later, but generally the way a proper hawk is held is a position along the handle, which is where the last third meets the middle third. Now it'll become evident why. Now my favorite hawks also have a weight to length ratio. So if you have about a 24-inch tomahawk, I like a 1 ounce per inch of length ratio, so a 24-inch tomahawk would be 24 ounces, right? That's the entire weight after it's wrapped and all that. The tomahawks I'm currently making, the Gen 1 Mark V and the Gen 1 Mark V .5s, which these all are a little bit on the heavy side, but I've found that that's what most of you want. I think as I explain the techniques that I use, that I call head slappers, you know, where you look at something and you go, why didn't I do that? That you might decide that you like a lighter hawk too. You know, we make our tomahawks with an endo-exoskeletal design. That means there's structures going on inside of here. It's not honeycomb, and the skin is a structure too. On our newer hawks, there's a micromicarta wrap around the existing handle structure, which I call snake skin because it stays clean. It's kind of rough, but not hard on the hand. Has sort of a micro pebble finish. I'll try to show you. All those things lend to structural integrity without a lot of weight. A lot of people say, you know what, I love wood handles, and you know what, I do too. And if I could grow straight grained wood handles of certain species on a tree and just pluck them, I would do that, and I would not be making composite handles. But there's a lot of misinformation out there about like that people don't differentiate what type of composites you're talking about. You know, people think, oh, you gotta have carbon fiber, and I go, that's not true. Oh, you gotta have Kevlar to be tough. That's totally inaccurate. You've got to have wood, and that's all it'll do. Oh, go ahead. You know, if you're going to keep telling me what you should have, and you haven't built thousands of hawks and used them, then that tells me something, and maybe it tells some of you that too. All I know is I can make a tomahawk handle stronger and lighter than, you know, hundreds of times than I can find one good hawk handle that I build myself. You can't do it. There's people who say they can, but in tests, you go throwing theirs and you go throwing mine, and they all will break. But, you know, it's not going to happen here. That's not really important. Gen 1 Mark 5.5 is different from the Mark 5s and Mark 4s in that I've kept the end plug on the head closed. Here's an example of an end plug, just for more structural integrity. People want to use their hawks what I would call incorrectly, although they're guaranteed unconditionally. You know, we'll back them up whether you throw them or blow them up or whatever. Doesn't matter to us. You know, they're there for you, not you there for them. But I suspect that'll make it a lot stronger. On the Mark 5.5s, we also added another wrap over the skin that joins the skin to the head again. So you get a lot of more power and support from the skin itself over the hawk while allowing some flexibility. The Mark 5.5s are different from previous hawks in that the skin wraps clean around the end. And as an option, if you want something really, really ballsy like something that you know you're going to be throwing a lot, we encourage you to leave this out and keep the skin uninterrupted. I haven't had any of these fail on me in throwing, but the engineer in me says that, you know, if you're going to be a dork and just throw your tomahawk all the time, you know, let us build you a throwing tomahawk. It's very similar design, but there's some tricks that we can do that should boost the strength up a lot. Again, if you throw one of our hawks again and again and again and again, and it might be compromised, I think it would probably still be usable. But we'll gladly take care of you. You know, our unconditional guarantee is called the happiness guarantee. We've been that way since we started this project in early 2007, and I'm never going to quit. You know, I think it's BS if you buy something that you can't depend on. We've got our tomahawks all over the world now, including in theater. I think in typical situations you're not going to see issues, you know, combat related or field use. You know. And again, we'll show you how to break a hawk, or at least tell you about it. There are ways to break hawks, but those rules apply to hatchets and axes too. You see the end knives, and you see dummies out there all the time, you know, testing something. And you know, I've gone on long survival outings, and there's in multiple environments. I've been all over the world in multiple environments in multiple seasons, certain survival settings. Most of them short, some longer. You know, I've lived with headhunters. You're staring at one of the only headhunters you'll probably listen to today. I got adopted, and you know, there's a lot of discussion out there about, oh, why do you even need a knife? You know, that always makes me go, why do you need a hawk? And you don't, if you got the skills and the time. That's two ifs. You know, I don't want any ifs. I've got the skills and the time. I don't want to spend any of them when I can just carry a proper hawk. So there's some food for thought. And we'll talk about some best practices. Thanks for listening.